Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to my colleague from the Silver State and also to the ranking member from the subcommittee. I really shouldn't be here talking about this bill right now. The reason that this bill was necessitated is because the public law says that the Secretary of the Army can have monuments placed only in those sections of Arlington National Cemetery designated by the Secretary for such placement and only on land that the Secretary deems not suitable for burial. There's about 30 million square feet at Arlington National Cemetery when you take the presently constructed, under construction addition and the planned additional constructed addition. 30 million feet. This bill seeks this amount of space out of 30 million square feet. For those of you that are challenged by visual numbers and stuff, that's 5 square feet. They have asked for all services, not just the Army, all services, and to commemorate the fact that they were nearly 10% of the casualties in the Vietnam War, the helicopter war. Now, I understand that graves is the primary mission of Arlington National Cemetery, and I respect that. And I understand that there's a concern about being overrun with requests for memorials, and I concur with that concern. My problem is that public law doesn't say there will be no memorials at Arlington National Cemetery. And so by the decision that the administration at Arlington has made saying you can't have 5 square feet, they have basically changed the law effectively to there are no memorials. The high bar that there should be for memorials, in effect, has been set up there touching the ceiling. If these folks, for all services, for nearly 10% of the casualties in the Vietnam War can't qualify, wonder who can. So, the necessity for this legislation, 5 square feet. By the way, in the last quarter of a century, do you know how many memorials have been approved for placement at Arlington? Don't need all the fingers on one hand. 4. You need all the fingers, just don't need the thumb. 4. We are not overrun with memorials. And as we sit here on the anniversary of Pearl Harbor and we talk again about some Vietnam veterans, isn't it funny that we now have to come to Congress and run a bill to respect those folks who, by the way, probably kept a heck of a lot more names off that little farther down the mall from here. So I would ask you to please support, and I want to thank the bipartisan support that I've received from members in both houses, nationwide support. So my request is this. If we want to say no more memorials at Arlington, then we ought to say that in the law. We shouldn't talk about space not available for graves, and we shouldn't talk about people who represent almost 10% of the casualties in a conflict are not entitled to 5 square feet. Oh, by the way, at no cost to the government. Maintenance at no cost to the government. So with that in hand, I would urge your bipartisan nationwide support to do the right thing for almost 5,000 people who gave the ultimate sacrifice in the helicopter war, in the service in these, what were then cutting-edge, iconic machines. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank my colleagues, and I yield.